and it's quiet out there. It's, there's no traffic. There's security, which is nice. So we don't have to worry about parking all of our gear outside.
Yeah.
But
so you guys,
we love that place.
You guys are obviously going down there for work, and what a great opportunity that is. How long have each of you been going down to Baja? Has this only been since work's brought you down, or did you go before that?
Myself, I'd been down before that. I raced with Brightside Racing a couple times down there, racing UTVs, a couple different UTVs. And then that's about it for Baja end of things, outside of, the Besna Desert stuff up here with the Mint and that kind of thing. But, that's kind of been my stint down in Mexico.
Yeah, and I've been going just spectating for, I don't don't even know how long. It's been a long time. And just go down with friends, tons of friends in the industry, and just fans of desert racing in general. A few friends and I own a company. Not a company, it's a losing website. A website, Go Fast Broncos, and so we would do like Bronco trips down to Baja, and it's funny. I certainly go to Baja more now than I ever have, but until the 1,000 last year, it was all work. We used to go sleep a few hours a night, get everything done, and get the heck out. And now we're able to enjoy it. So
yeah. Not that we haven't had enjoyable trips. I mean,
right.
When Robbie Gordon put on that Mike's Peak race, that's top 5 of events that I've been to. That was a very, very cool deal, racing up to Mike's Sky Ranch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I actually got to race as well and won, so that always made it a little better too.
Well, that didn't suck.
Makes it a little sweeter.
Well, what a neat opportunity that you get to enjoy it on your own, but more importantly, it's part of what you do for work. And what are the plans for Rugged and Baja in terms of growth, consistency? I know you guys support the racers down there. Is there any growth in the future for you guys, beyond that, or what are the thoughts?
Yeah, actually, so we have a dealer. We have many dealers in Mexico now, but. So we have dealer support at the Baja races, Mex Racing out of Tijuana. So now we use anyone that's ever crossed the border with product will understand this. We used to spend literally an entire day crossing the border getting into Mexico through customs, and another entire day coming out of Mexico through customs, and just a mind-numbing mess, just talk about a shit show.
Yeah.
You can't get straight answers. And anyway, we don't need to go in that. But so what we've done now is our dealer imports all the product, and we just go down with tools for tech support. So
okay.
It's infinitely easier for us.
Right.
And we're able to provide a better service.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Just our racers they're so much better service now, just because we get Mex Racing kind of running tech and contingency, and we're mobile. We can move around and go to chase trucks and do that kind of thing. So, we provide that come-to-you service. We've got a phone number while we're down there. You can text us, call us, whatever. We've usually got the Bronco or some service vehicle. It could be my new truck now, but depends. But we'll go to you, whether you're out, we went out with Penn with RPM when they were shock testing with Fox, and took care of all their trucks while they were actually shock testing and tuning. So they can kind of take care of 2 things at one time. It works really good.
Yeah. And that's what that dealer support does for us, is we're able to, have a stationary setup. So, Jose will set up the truck and trailer, sometimes just in town somewhere, and we're mobile. Like Steve said, we'll go just about anywhere within reason. In some places without reason. But it just makes us a lot more versatile.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're there to help customers.
Yeah.
And again, I keep saying customers, but it's anyone and everyone. We don't care who you are, where you came from, what product you run. We're there to support racers in general and chase, and even just spectators, So we really like this new system. and we're just going to keep expanding on that.
Well, let me ask you another question. We have a lot of people that listen to this show that are just more or less Baja adventurers or aspiring Baja adventurers. And I'm just wondering if you can tell us what products you guys have for those type of people. They're not going down there for a race, but they're going to go down there and explore. And, oftentimes I forget even the resources I have. As an example, I mentioned to you guys before the show, I'm moving this week. And my wife's going to be following me in the car. So I pulled out 2 of my race radios, portable antennas, and we can communicate all the way up with like perfect clarity because we got the best damn radios out there. So what kind of stuff do you have for these overlander adventure seekers that they might utilize within your portfolio?
Man, we've got a lot of stuff. The easiest entry level is just a handheld radio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfect for what you just said is driving or riding in a group, just be able to talk back and forth. And, instead of, I know everyone's got cell phones and there's good coverage most places in the U.S., but, what I love about a two-way radio is it's instant communication. Instead of having to, grab the phone or use your hands-free or whatever and call so-and-so or dial it up or whatever, just press the button and say, hey, whatever it is, hey, I got to go pee, I'm pulling off here, or, if you're ahead of the crew and there's something going on up front, hey, we're turning left here, whatever it is. If you're on a trail, hey, there's a big hole on the left, or, whatever.
I'm guessing
we have a lot of.
I'm guessing it's going to be, hey, we're pulling over to this taco stand on the left.
Right. Well, that's not what I give it.
Jeez, guys.
Right. But, no, we have a lot of stuff. I mean, it's, everything from handheld radios to, big 60-watt radios that'll, blast out, up to 20, 30 miles, depending on where you are. But we do a lot of stuff for, we don't just do race. We do a lot of race support and a lot of race products, but most of the stuff is applicable to just your everyday, like you said, everyday overlander, which what I love about that is people are taking out anything and everything with 4 wheels,
Yeah. So, well, you have.
Sometimes they have 3 wheels, and that just makes them that much more special.
Exactly.
Don't worry, I'm going to ask you about this 3-wheel thing before we get off the air. You've name dropped it 3 or 4 times.
We've been
now.
looking at the watch. When is this going to turn 3-wheeler?
But you guys have great GPS units where people can download maps or download the Baja Peninsula. By the way, I'll give you this one for free. You should have a taco stand download on that GPS for Baja travelers, right?
Right. We actually talked about that.
Yeah. We did.
Well, so we actually one of the things we've done in the past is we actually have a racing tracker on the Bronco, and what we'll do is we'll turn it on, like the day we leave, and leave it on while we're down there. So you can actually, and then we'll put a link on our website, so you can actually go to our website and see where we're at pretty much any given moment. And then on there we have a phone number, so you can either call or text. Typically in Mexico, text works better. So that way people can actually track it. But what we talked about is making it so it kind of drops, breadcrumbs, and you can see our stop, and then we could flag which are the highlights.
Right. Is the rugged radio symbol right side up or upside down? That does make a difference.
While we're talking, I'm thinking about some other things that you guys have that are useful for people that are on expeditions. You've got safety kits, you've got fire extinguishers. We talked about the GPS, spare part type things for radios or electronic type things. You guys really do have a lot of stuff for somebody that's going to go down there and just be on an adventure. If you're going to take that Scorpion Bay trip like Ryan Thomas just took, you might want to have a few of those items in your vehicle.
Absolutely.
And then with communications in general, and especially, the recreational market has really latched onto it now. It takes your experience to the next level.
Yeah.
No longer do you have to just ride in dust, for an hour and then stop and BS. Now you can BS the whole time while you're in that dust or whatever, or you can separate out enough where you don't have to be in the dust anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And those big rides down in Mexico is perfect for that.
Yeah.
Well, especially the big side-by-side rides. Now man, it's crazy in Mexico. I'm seeing rides that have 80, 100 cars, and it's unreal. I love how many people UTV brings out. I know that every form of off-roading has always kind of, or traditionally been kind of a family thing, but it seems like the UTV side of it is really just that's made it grow exponentially, and it's cool to see. And it's like Steve said, there's a lot of being able to communicate. Yeah, you don't have to eat that guy's dust in front of you.
Yeah,
you can back off a some distance there.
Well, and going back to the family thing too, if say you're in a UTV or a buggy or a pre-runner or whatever, and your kids are on bikes or quads. I mean, we have moto kits and stuff that the kids can be on, and you can actually communicate with your kids and tell them, hey, stay left, or there's cars coming, or it's time to come back, or whatever the case may be.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So it kind of, like I said, it just takes your ride to the next level.
Yeah, I love it. Something I've been wondering about, guys. What do you guys think about three-wheelers?
They're dangerous.
All right, hang on tight.
All right, what's the deal with three-wheelers?
So let's go back to how this whole Speed on 3 started.
Right. That's our.
So a year and a half ago, I guess, I was headed up to. I'm from Central Oregon, so we were headed up to Dune Fest. I was working for Rugged, and I've always raced short course and stuff, and I had a little XR75 little pit bike. But I always wanted a little ATC 70 just to use because we go to the dunes a lot,
Mm-hmm.
And so I was by myself because I went up for my buddy's bachelor party a little earlier. So I literally looked the entire I-5 corridor all the way up to Oregon until I found one, and I bought it. And since that time, I think we have about 14 of them now.
So the other side of that is I bought my daughter's a Yamaha Trifinger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's probably been I don't know, nine-ish years ago, and they have long since outgrown it. And my wife has every once in a while she would ask me, "Hey, when are you going to get rid of that bike? No one rides anymore." She's like, "The girls are too big for it." And I'd be like, "Well, I'm not," And anyway, so as soon as Steve said he bought that bike, he sent me a message. In fact, he sent me a picture when he picked it up. I literally saw the message, walked out to the shed, pulled it out, put gas in it, and fired it up. And I would kind of say it snowballed a little bit.
Snowballed a lot. I mean, we even went so far as we got called out by Tate with the Gambler 500. And so we drove 14 hours to go race our little ATC 70s and Trisingers 100 miles.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we literally put 100 miles on the bike at race speed. So the Gambler put on a mini bike race. Those are those like the Coleman lawnmower engine bikes,
Yep.
And so they put on this race, and like Bashard said, Tate kind of called us. Well, not kind of. He did call us out online, and we were like, well, screw that. So we drove 14 hours each way to go race our bikes against all these mini bikes.
Classic.
And pretty much had the time of our lives.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, a couple of the guys said, "I can't believe you guys ride those dangerous things." And then they go, "And you guys are fast." It was pretty fun. And I mean, going back, where we were at, I actually raced a couple OMRA races there when I was racing Pro Quad. So the whole course, it was kind of cool to do it on a little three-wheeler instead of a big bike. It was pretty fun.
Well, one of the things that's fun about this, for all of us, but so Greg, the owner of Rugged, his family has owned a couple motorcycle-related businesses, Motorcycle Specialties Inc., and also they owned
Covina Kawasaki.
Yep. Covina Kawasaki for a long time. I can't remember how long it is. But anyway, so Greg and his dad used to build engines for these bikes, way back in the day. And so now Greg's got his dad building. His dad's. In fact, he
just turned 80 last weekend. Or is it today?
It's today, actually.
Yeah.
So his dad's 80 today. And Greg's got him building engines for ATC 70s. So Greg's got